Have you ever felt the weight of betrayal? Let me show you what happens when you push someone to their limits. When you cross that line, you won't want to miss this. What if I told you that there's a point where kindness turns into fury? You think you've gotten away with it, but trust me, consequences are coming. They say revenge is a dish best served cold. But what if I told you it's a force you can never escape? What if you're the one who's about to feel the wrath? You think you can break me and get away with it? I'll show you the hidden consequences that will haunt you forever. Are you ready for the truth? Imagine crossing a line so deep that there's no turning back. But the real question is, can you live with the consequences? You might think I'm just another person you can push around. But what if I show you that beneath the surface, there's a storm waiting to hit? The line between love and hate is razor thin. What happens when that line is crossed? Brace yourself for the consequences. It's not what you think. Have you ever been pushed to your breaking point? That's where I'm at now, and you'll see just how deep the wounds can go. Stay with me for this one. I warned you not to cross me, didn't I? But now you'll see what happens when you push someone too far. Prepare yourself. If you think I'm just going to let it slide, think again. I'm about to reveal the deep emotions behind my every word. This is something you don't want to miss. Do you really understand the power of your actions? What if I showed you the consequences of pushing someone beyond their limits? You won't look at me the same way again. You might have thought I was weak, but now you'll see the fire that's been ignited. These consequences are coming, and you're not ready for them. Do you know what happens when you push someone too far? You're about to find out. This is not a game anymore. You can't just keep hurting people and think they'll forget. I'm here to show you the aftermath of your choices. Are you prepared for what's coming? They told me I was too nice. But guess what? I've had enough. And I'm going to show you the consequences of taking my kindness for granted. Do you feel that? That growing tension in the air? You won't be able to escape the consequences once they arrive. You've been warned. When the heart breaks, so does the soul. But what happens when the heart is pushed too far? What are the true consequences when you push someone like me? In this world, nothing goes unnoticed. You may think you can get away with it, but I'm about to reveal how every action has its price. We all have a limit. I've reached mine, and now you're going to feel every ounce of the consequences. Brace yourself. This isn't a threat, it's a promise. You crossed a line, And now I'm going to show you what happens when you hurt me. You may think you're invincible, but there's always a price to pay. I'm about to show you what happens when you harm someone you should have never crossed. We've all made mistakes, but there are mistakes you can't take back. And now I'm going to show you the price of those actions. They say hurt people, but what happens when the one who's hurt decides it's time for justice? Let me show you. Imagine being pushed past your breaking point and the emotions that take over. You think it's over? You couldn't be more wrong. The real consequences are just beginning. It starts with a small action, a little mistake, but those small moments build up until it all crashes down. Get ready to see the full force of what happens next. You can't keep treating people like this and think there won't be a price to pay. Now, it's time for you to face the music. The truth isn't always pretty, and sometimes the consequences come when you least expect them. But trust me, they're coming, and you're not ready. What happens when you betray someone who loved you? You might want to look away, because I'm about to show you the full effect of those actions. It's easy to forget the impact you have on others. But what if I told you that the consequences will catch up to you? And when they do, they'll hit harder than you ever imagined. I've been quiet for too long, but no more. It's time for you to witness the truth of what happens when you push someone beyond their limits. You think you know me, but I'm about to show you a side of me you've never seen, and the consequences of your actions. You'll wish you never crossed me. You've played with fire long enough. Now it's time to face the consequences. You won't believe how quickly it all unravels. It's a strange thing, trust. When it's broken, it can never truly heal. But that doesn't mean you won't feel the aftermath. Get ready for the consequences. You thought you could break me, but now I'm stronger than you ever thought possible. And I'll make sure you feel every consequence.